Instead of right hand, he's slaying dragons.
All right, Brendan Taylor here, True School Sports. I'm with Brady Ochoa. Brady, nice to finally get you on the channel.
Yes, sir. No, glad to be here.
Yeah, man. I've been hearing about you for a while, even before I got to Vegas. I met you a couple weeks ago.
Right.
I know you're here. You work with Angelo, Leo a lot.
Yes,
for people that don't really know Brady Ochoa yet, what can you tell them about maybe like your background and how you came to be in the sport?
Yeah, so I originally grew up in Gilbert, Arizona. I moved to California at the age of around 3. And, you know, I was put into different, sports such as like, different recreational stuff as a little kid, like gymnastics and swimming. But, my dad, he was a Marine and he did boxing, a little bit of boxing as a kid, but even in the Marine Corps. And, he would always be training mixed martial arts, Muay Thai.
Yeah.
And he'd be taking me with him, And so I'd just be sitting there watching him as a little kid. And, I kept bugging him about wanting to do it. And eventually he got me into some, little kid classes. And really ever since there, I fell in love with combat sports.
Okay. And yeah, you're 18, but you already got 9 fights.
Yes,
so you turned pro, what, I believe 16 years old, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I guess what's that like? Because when I was 16, I had a regular job bagging groceries, so I couldn't imagine being a professional fighter at 16.
Yeah. No, I mean it was really great for me. I think especially for the timing of it, from our amateurs all the way up to that point, it was we were ready, especially because we really prepared for it, long before it was even that time. It was really like sparring with high level guys and professional fighters, older adults, and even world champions at the age of 13. And so that was really what led me into being able to achieve turning pro at an early age.
Okay. And I know here in Vegas you've been getting that world-class work. I know obviously here with Angelo, Leo, I believe Bruce Carrington as well, you had some work with as well.
Yeah.
But just talk about that, because I know maybe the Arizona boxing scene, it ain't quite like Vegas. So what's it been like working with those guys like Leo and Bruce Carrington?
No, it's really been like tremendous. Like I know, I think being over here in Vegas we've had the best work, that we can. Especially, there's still a lot of great work in like Arizona, but like being in, this is really like the fight capital of,
That's what the gym is called.
That's what the gym is called too.
Yeah.
And it's truly been a blessing and like an honor to share the ring with those guys. And I think it's just, it's really the best work over here.
Okay.
I don't think anything beats it.
Okay, and with you being in Vegas, you're fighting on that Zuffa Boxing card this weekend. You're taking on Adrian Serrano, good fighter. I've seen him in the gym and things like that. What's your impression on, I guess I would say, like Zuffa Boxing? Because you're like you're in the beginning of it. It's a new venture. So what's your experience been like working with Zuffa Boxing?
Yeah, so far my experience has been really great. I love everything they do, especially for their fighters. And they're very high class and professional, which I really think you can't beat that, especially since they're so early and they've already excelled so much. I think there's plenty more to come to it as well. So I know from my experience I'm very blessed, and I can keep going on about how great.
Yeah, I know that the UFC Performance Institute, it's different level. It's off the chain over there.
It is. Especially like they truly do their best to take care of you and make you feel like a special fighter. Each individual, and I'm sure people, other people can tell you, just how much they really do for their athletes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What do you know about your opponent, Adrian Serrano? He's at around the same level as you, at like same stage of his career.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? It's a 6-rounder.
Yeah. No, I feel good. We've been, training for this for, a good couple months really. I have much respect for him, to take the fight. I know he's gonna bring it, but so will we, So, I'm just excited to go and show everyone, what we can do, and put on a show for everyone.
Yeah. What's your style like? Because people may see your name for the first time. They may go on your box trick and they see 9-0 with 2 KOs, so they may say, well, Brady ain't really punching like that. But what would you say your style is like? How would you classify your style?
I'm really mainly like a boxer, but we call it boxer puncher because I'm not just running around the whole time, but it's really a mixture of like Russian and Cuban style as well.
Yeah. Okay.
We have,
Soviet style.
Yeah. We have a full mixture of a lot of things combined, and I have a lot of tools in my toolbox that I plan on using in the fight.
So if you have a Soviet style, are you like a big fan of like Dmitry Bivol?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan. Dmitry Bivol. Especially because I would say Dmitry definitely has one of the main like Soviet styles.
Yeah.
But I do have a lot of respect for like other fighters. Like I've always been a fan of especially Lomachenko.
Okay.
Even like Gennady Golovkin, you've seen his fights.
Dmitry Pirog, you ever watched Dmitry Pirog?
I think a little bit.
That was the one that knocked out Dale Jacobs.
Yeah.
His career got shortened.
Yeah. So I think I love that style, man. I think that's one of the styles that kind of best suits me. Although like I said, I have a mixture of styles.
Why do you love that style so much? The Soviet style. What is it about it that draws you to that style?
There's really a lot. I would say like, the timing and the footwork that you see that they use. I would say a lot of Americans kind of can lack, but I personally think like, especially the distance control on the Soviet style while still being on the attack, in and out. I think that's really what draws me to it. I love like the distance control on it.
Keep you guys at the end of your punches.
Yeah. Snap at the end, man. So.
Okay. Well, with you being in the beginning stages of Zuffa Boxing, I know like it's on Paramount Plus. They got a lot of dates and things like that. Do you see yourself as like one of the early stars that come out of this like Zuffa Boxing thing?
Yeah. No, I do, and I'm looking to see how however far I can go, I want to be able to achieve it. Especially, like I said, I have a lot of respect for Zuffa and what they do for their fighters.
Have you met Dana White yet? No. Okay.
But I look forward to it.
Yeah. Okay. What is it about like Brady Ochoa, the fighter or the person, that you feel like makes you stand out from the rest of boxing? Because there's so many fighters, so much people trying to get the attention of the public. What makes Brady so different and stands out?
That's a good question, but I would say today there's a lot of villains in boxing. Everyone wants to be the next villain. Everyone wants to be a bad guy, but still I think there's a lot to teach, not just for each other and be able to show the world, but even for like the next generation. And I really want to bring that class back into boxing. Just like the old school, everyone had respect for each other, and an honor and respect for the sport. That I think you do see lacking today.
So if I'm getting this right, you want to bring back like that Sugar Ray Robinson, Joe Louis, because you watch those guys talk in interviews, they don't talk like the guys do now. They're like really respectful and nice, but they get in there and then knock your head into the upper deck. So you want to bring that back to boxing.
No, yeah, for sure. Especially because boxing used to be I think a gentleman's sport. And so let's bring that back.
Okay. All right. Let's bring it back, man. But Brady, I'm gonna hold you much longer because I know you cutting weight. I'm appreciative of your time because I know you have to fight in a couple days, and it's a good fight as well. But any final message to the boxing world about your fight, just your future, anything?
Yeah. Tune in. March 8th, Paramount Plus. Zuffa Boxing. We're gonna bring it, and I hope to see you guys there. God bless.
There you have it, Brady Ochoa, the fighting pride of Gilbert, Arizona, one of boxing's true warriors. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching True School Sports.
Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports empire, the home of boxing. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers, guys. So help us keep being great. Help us keep pushing out that real boxing content for the fine folks all around the world. And make sure you jab, you hook, you Mike Tyson, you Mayweather that subscribe button. Pops, show them how do they gotta hit the subscribe button. Pop, pop, pop.